This video is an introduction to the activities for week 9. So as always, there are preparation materials that will provide you with the knowledge for this week's class. The technology on offer is procedural technologies, and you can look at either the slides, notes, or video. Once you've done that, have a go at the quiz, and then come along to class with any questions you've identified, and we can discuss it there. The practical activity for this week is to do the validate stage of the design sprint. So this is the very last stage where you get to determine whether your prototype, whether your design is actually feasible, and whether there is any interest in the market for this. This process was covered in class last week and in the materials from last week. So do go have a look at the description of what needs to be done. The details of how that should be conducted was provided there. A couple of points, however, relating to the practice that we're going to be using this week. So you get a chance to evaluate your prototype, particularly, and ideally you should be taking all the components from all team members and putting those together to represent the prototype. I do understand that circumstances are awkward at the moment, so if other team members have components that cannot be shared electronically with you, then you are free to concentrate your evaluation just on the component or the components that you do have accessible to you, which should at least be your very own component as well. Also, we need to find some test subjects, and members of your own team are not allowed to be test subjects. However, you can use any other member of the class who is not in your team. That will be fine, or anyone else who is in your social bubble. So any roommates, friends, family that you are actually allowed to interact physically with, they can be test subjects. In worst case scenario, you can also conduct the user experience evaluation online over a Zoom link or some sort of similar video conferencing facility, and try to show off the prototype that way. The important thing about your user experience evaluation is you need to be able to collect evidence that you can then report back to your group and include as part of the final report. So an easy way to do that is to take a video to collect the raw details of what is happening during the sessions, but do ask for the permission of anybody who is going to be recorded before you do that. You do need permission in order to take video of them. That is not the thing that you submit at the end, but you can use that video as the basis for the report that you're going to prepare, and then you can include snippets from that video as part of your demonstration video as well. The process that we're going to be using, you will be demonstrating the prototype with the functioning components that you have developed. The bits in the middle can be handled by Wizard of Oz, and examples of that were covered in last week's class. When you conduct your user experience evaluation, you do need to avoid leading your subject on. So you don't want to give them step-by-step instructions, hover over their shoulder, point to what they need to do, and tell them exactly how to use the product. That's not the point of the exercise. The goal is to see whether they can achieve or solve the problem using your prototype. So you want to set them a few fairly well-defined tasks. So those tasks might relate to a particular story you want to tell with your product. You want to show that it can solve the particular problem, and so you might need the user to be able to do this, that, and then solve the problem. Give them those high-level task descriptions rather than telling them step by step what they have to do, and see whether they can use the product effectively to do that, or whether they try to do different things with it, and that can be informative as well. If the user does go too far off track or needs help, you can offer assistance, but try not to tell the user exactly what to do. That kind of defeats the point of the whole process.